Hello and welcome to the English-speaking studio. I'm Jack.
And I'm Lucy.
Welcome back, everybody. We're diving into kitchens today.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time in the kitchen.
Me too, me too. And, our listener sent in kitchens and kitchen, vocabulary, learn English.
Right.
Looks like they want to know more than just the words, right?
Right.
They want to know the why. They want to know what makes a kitchen a kitchen.
Yeah, the function of it all,
Hmm.
and maybe like the cultural significance of it.
Exactly.
Why do we do things the way we do?
And how have kitchens changed? Like, what did kitchens used to be?
Yeah.
What are they now? And, I think a lot of people think they know kitchens.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to unearth some really fascinating stuff.
For sure. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Like, did you know there's a specific pan designed just for Asian cooking? It's called a wok.
I did know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that too.
It's so interesting how we just take the kitchen for granted.
Yeah,
You know,
Italy.
It's just there. But it really is a reflection of, cultural values and technological advancements.
Totally.
And I think the vocabulary we use for all the kitchenware really shows that.
Totally. So let's jump into it. Let's start with the heart of the home. The kitchen.
Okay.
It's where we take raw ingredients and turn them into meals. But it's so much more than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's definitely a social thing.
Yeah.
It's very cultural.
Yeah. It's where families gather,
Yeah.
memories are made, stories are told.
Exactly.
And it all starts with those essential components, the fixtures.
Yeah, the fixtures.
So what is a fixture?
Well, fixtures are the parts of the kitchen that don't move.
Right.
They're kind of the base of the kitchen.
They're built in.
Yeah, so that would be like your sink,
Okay.
your countertops,
Yeah.
your cabinets.
Okay, so things you can't just like pick up and walk away with.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So the sink is obviously where we wash dishes.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Where we prepare ingredients, countertops, that's where we're chopping, we're kneading, we're mixing.
Right.
Without those, it'd be pure chaos.
It would be a mess.
Yeah, big time. And where would we put all of our gadgets
I don't know.
if we didn't have cabinets and drawers? Oh, speaking of gadgets, let's talk appliances.
Oh, yes.
I love appliances.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by how they shape the way we cook
Uh-huh.
and how much easier they make our lives.
Yeah. Think about like a toaster.
Oh, yeah.
You put your bread in and then pop.
And it's perfect.
Perfect toast.
Every time.
Yeah. Or a blender.
Oh, yeah.
For smoothies or whatever you're making.
Yeah, they're our little helpers.
Yeah.
So we have gas stoves and electric stoves. We have sleek, minimalist cooktops. And then those big, massive all-in-one units with ovens and grills.
Right.
It's amazing how technology has transformed how we cook.
Yeah, it's incredible.
But do you think we've become too reliant on appliances?
That's a good question.
Like, have we lost those essential cooking skills?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, it definitely makes things easier and faster. I think that maybe some of those more traditional techniques are fading.
Yeah.
But I also think it gives us an opportunity to explore more,
Yeah, that's a good point.
because we have the time. Because things are more convenient. We can do more.
Okay, so we're not losing skills. We're just adapting and evolving with technology.
Yeah. Maybe that's a better way to think about it.
Yeah, I like that. Instead of lamenting the past, we can embrace the possibilities.
Right.
But, we can still honor those traditional methods while exploring new techniques.
Yeah, definitely.
And let's not forget about the unsung heroes of the kitchen, the refrigerator and the dishwasher.
Yes.
Those are lifesavers in my book.
I agree. I don't know what I would do without a refrigerator
Oh my gosh. Yeah, spoiled food everywhere.
or a dishwasher.
Yeah, no thanks. I'll pass. Okay, so let's move on to the tools that actually help us transform those ingredients into meals.
Okay.
Let's talk about cookware.
Yes.
Pots,
Uh-huh.
pans,
Yeah.
ovenware,
So many things.
so many things. It's a whole world of specialized equipment.
It is.
What's something that stands out to you when you think about cookware?
I think cookware is interesting because it really is where function meets culture,
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Like take a wok, for instance.
Yeah, that was the pan I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, it's that really big round-bottomed pan that's used a lot in Asian cooking.
Uh-huh.
And that shape is not just for looks.
Oh.
It's designed to maximize heat distribution for stir-frying,
Oh, cool.
which has been done in China for centuries.
Wow. So one piece of cookware can really embody a whole culinary tradition.
Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty neat. What about something a little bit more familiar, like a frying pan?
Yeah, the trusty frying pan.
Everybody seems to have one of those.
At least one.
Yeah, at least one.
You can fry an egg in it. You can
Yeah.
sear a steak. You can saute vegetables. They're pretty versatile.
Okay.
And, a basic one is really all you need.
Uh,
But there are so many specialized frying pans. Yeah, I had no idea.
yeah.
I just
Yeah.
use like my one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, there are non-stick pans for delicate things.
Okay.
There's cast iron for searing and braising,
Right.
and even crepe pans,
Oh, wow.
which have like shallow sloping sides
Okay.
to make those really thin crepes.
So there's really a specialized tool for every culinary task.
Pretty much.
That's amazing.
It is.
I never knew there were so many different types of frying pans.
There are a lot.
I feel like I've been using the wrong one for so many things.
Oh, boy.
But we can't forget about ovenware either. Baking sheets, roasting pans, casserole dishes, all essential for those delicious meals.
Right. All that stuff that goes in the oven,
Yeah.
it adds a whole other element to cooking.
Definitely.
The oven has this like nice gentle heat that's great for baking and roasting and braising.
Yeah.
Like think of a casserole dish
Oh, yeah.
full of bubbly cheese and savory aromas.
Or a nice golden brown apple pie with a flaky crust.
I'm getting hungry. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. But let's talk about the tools that actually help us handle all this stuff.
Okay.
The ingredients, the cookware. Let's talk about utensils.
Utensils.
Yeah, little things that make all the difference.
Yeah.
They're like extensions of our hands in the kitchen.
Yeah, they help us do those tasks that we couldn't do just with our hands.
Yeah, like a sharp kitchen knife to chop sliced ice.
Right. The essential kitchen knife.
Essential. But I have to admit, I use the same knife for everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there are actually different types of knives
Really?
for different purposes.
Okay.
Like, could you imagine trying to carve a roast chicken with a tiny little paring knife?
That would not work.
No. Or trying to mince garlic with a big chef's knife.
Yeah, that would be a disaster.
Yeah, so different knives for different things. A chef's knife is good for those bigger jobs.
Okay.
Paring knives are good for those more delicate tasks,
Okay.
like peeling fruits and vegetables.
Gotcha.
And then a serrated knife is perfect for slicing bread.
Oh, right. So it doesn't get all squished.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm learning so much. So I've been using the wrong knife for pretty much everything.
Probably. But now you know.
I know. Now I know. Speaking of the right tool, the source mentions wooden spoons.
Yeah, wooden spoons.
I love wooden spoons. They feel so nice in your hand.
Yeah, they're very tactile.
Yeah, like a connection to the past.
They do have kind of a timeless quality.
Yeah, they do.
And they're really good for stirring sauces because they don't stick to the bottom of the pan.
Right.
And they're also gentle on cookware,
Right. They're not going to scratch anything.
unlike a metal spoon.
Yeah, exactly. But are wooden spoons just practical, or is there something else to them?
Well, they do have cultural significance in lots of different parts of the world.
Really? Like what?
In some cultures, they're seen as a symbol of good luck and prosperity.
Oh, wow.
And they're often used in traditional ceremonies
Oh, cool.
and passed down through generations as family heirlooms.
So they're more than just a spoon.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how much meaning a simple object can hold.
It really is. It makes you appreciate the history behind these everyday objects.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, what about something like a grater?
Okay.
I have to say, I'm not a big fan of grating cheese.
Oh, why not?
It's so tedious.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of work.
It is. But it does transform ingredients in kind of a cool way.
It does. It does. Like, think of a simple salad.
Okay.
If you grate some fresh Parmesan on top,
Oh, yeah.
it adds so much flavor and texture.
It really does.
Or imagine grating some fresh ginger into a stir fry.
Mm-hmm.
Releases those aromatic oils, and you get that nice subtle spiciness.
Okay, you're making me hungry again.
Sorry.
No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Good.
And, we can't forget about tongs.
Oh, yes, tongs are great
They're essential.
for grabbing things.
Yeah, like flipping pancakes.
Yeah.
Tossing vegetables on the grill.
Uh-huh.
They're like another extension of my hand in the kitchen.
They are. They are. And just like with other utensils,
Yeah.
they've evolved over time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have, basic tongs for simple tasks.
Okay.
And then we have locking tongs.
Oh, yeah, for the grill.
Yeah, for grilling and serving.
Right.
And even specialized tongs for delicate foods like fish or pastries.
Right. It's amazing how much thought and innovation has gone into designing these tools.
Yeah, people really have thought about this stuff.
Even the simplest ones. It's like a testament to human ingenuity and our desire to improve how we cook.
It is.
And it's not just about being practical either.
Right?
Some utensils, like a beautifully crafted wooden spoon or a vintage grater, can add a touch of personality to a kitchen.
Yeah, they can be decorative.
Yeah.
part of the decor.
Yeah, they reflect the cook's style and taste.
Yeah, for sure.
So this vocabulary we've been talking about, how does it connect to like bigger ideas about food and culture and technology?
Um, well, I think this whole deep dive,
Yeah.
isn't just about learning the words.
Mm-hmm.
It's about how they reflect those bigger ideas.
Yeah.
Like the layout and the equipment of a kitchen can really affect cooking styles and traditions.
Wow, that's interesting. Can you give me an example?
Yeah, sure.
Uh.
Like imagine a very traditional Italian kitchen
Okay.
with a big wood-fired oven in the middle.
Yeah.
That's perfect for baking pizzas and roasting meats,
Right.
which, is a big part of Italian cuisine.
Yeah, very rustic and hearty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then you compare that to like a modern Japanese kitchen,
Okay.
which might have all these sleek, minimalist appliances that are perfect for making sushi.
Right. Very different.
Yeah. So the kitchen really reflects the culinary values of that culture.
It tells a story about the people who use it and the food that they make.
Yeah, it does. And it's not just about different cultures.
Right.
It's about how kitchens have changed over time,
Right.
which really shows, technological advancements and changing lifestyles.
Yeah, think about how much kitchens have transformed in the last, 100 years.
Oh, yeah.
We've gone from wood-burning stoves to electric ranges, from ice boxes to refrigerators with ice makers built in.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And these changes, they haven't just influenced what we cook, but how we cook.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is.
It's so cool. I remember my grandmother used to tell me stories about how she would bake bread in a wood-fired oven.
Wow.
Sounds so much harder than using a bread maker,
I bet.
right?
Yeah.
So technology has really freed up our time and energy
It has.
to explore all these new culinary possibilities.
Right. But then it makes you wonder, have we lost something in the process?
Yeah, that's a really good question. We want to embrace these conveniences, but we also want to honor tradition and those old skills.
Right. It's a balance.
Yeah, it's a balance. Maybe it's not about choosing one or the other.
Yeah.
It's about finding a way to kind of integrate both into our kitchens and into our lives.
I like that. Finding that sweet spot where tradition and innovation meet.
Yeah. And speaking of sweet spots, I'm thinking about all the desserts we can make in the kitchen.
Me too.
But before we get too carried away with sweet treats, let's keep talking about these words.
Okay.
What are some other verbs that we think about when we think about cooking?
Oh, yeah. Verbs. Verbs are important.
Very important.
They're the action words.
Yes.
So we have, chop, slice, dice,
Uh-huh.
all those things you do to prepare ingredients.
Right.
And then there's saute, fry, grill, roast,
Okay.
all those different cooking methods.
Yeah.
And then simmer, boil, bake.
Right. For the slower, gentler techniques.
Exactly.
It's like I can hear the sizzle of garlic hitting the pan or the gentle bubbling of a stew simmering on the stove.
Makes you hungry.
It really does. But it's more than just the physical actions, right? There's
Yeah.
something artistic about it. There's some creativity.
Yeah, cooking is a form of self-expression.
Totally.
You're choosing ingredients, combining flavors, experimenting with techniques
Yeah.
to make something unique and personal.
Yeah. It's like painting a culinary masterpiece.
Exactly. You're using ingredients as your palette, and your intuition is your guide.
That's so well said. And just like any art form, it takes practice.
Yeah, it does.
And patience to develop our skills in the kitchen.
And we don't have to be master chefs.
No, we don't.
We can still create, delicious and satisfying meals.
Yeah, exactly. And we can have fun doing it.
Absolutely. And make mistakes.
Yeah.
Mistakes are part of it.
And sometimes those mistakes lead to our most memorable dishes.
That's true.
Yeah, so it's really about embracing the journey, experimenting, and just having fun.
That's what cooking is all about.
This has been such a cool deep dive. I feel like I'm looking at kitchens in a whole new light.
Me too. It's more than just a room where we cook.
Yeah, it reflects who we are, what we hold dear.
Yeah, and I think we see that through the vocabulary.
Yeah, we do.
Every element from, the simplest tool to the fanciest appliance has all this history and culture and ingenuity behind it.
It really does. It really does. So I'm curious, what would your dream kitchen include?
Oh, my dream kitchen.
Yeah.
It would have to have both functionality and personality.
Okay.
I would need a big island
Of course.
for gathering and prepping,
Of course.
and a mix of modern appliances and some vintage pieces.
Oh, nice.
Like maybe a cast iron skillet from my grandmother,
That's so sweet.
and lots of natural light.
Yes. A nice view.
That's important. A kitchen that nourishes both the body and the soul.
Love that. So a blend of old and new, practical and personal.
Yeah,
A place that honors tradition and innovation.
exactly.
Yeah. It really is amazing how cooking connects us to our heritage,
Yeah.
and sparks our creativity and nourishes us.
Speaking of connection, the source mentions kitchens being these gathering places.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just about the food.
Yeah.
It's about the people, too.
Yeah, it's so true. Like, I have so many great memories of family gatherings in the kitchen.
Yeah, me too.
All the laughter, the shared stories, and the anticipation of the meal.
Yeah, it's those moments that make it feel like the heart of the home. You know, it's where traditions are created, recipes are passed down,
Yeah.
and we connect over a shared love of food.
Yeah, the kitchen becomes a stage for all those everyday moments
It does.
that make up our lives.
Yeah, and it goes back to, kitchens reflecting personal styles.
Oh, yeah, how so?
Well, just like our cookware and utensils reflect, our background and our tastes.
Uh-huh.
The way we decorate our kitchens can do the same thing.
Right.
Some people love those sleek minimalist kitchens with stainless steel,
Right.
while others love a cozy rustic kitchen with warm wood and vintage touches.
Yeah. So it's like our kitchens become an extension of ourselves.
They do.
It's a story about who we are, where we come from, what we value.
And it's not just about how it looks either.
Right.
It's also about the layout
Uh-huh.
and how that affects, how we cook and how we interact.
Yeah. Can you give me an example?
Yeah, sure. Like an open-plan kitchen
Yeah.
encourages people to be more social,
Okay.
more collaborative when they're
Right.
cooking, but a more traditional closed-off kitchen might feel more private.
Okay. Interesting. So the design really shapes our experience
It does.
and how we connect with the people around us.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fascinating how something as simple as a layout can have such a big impact.
It all comes back to, kitchens being more than just functional spaces.
Right.
They reflect our culture, technology preferences, and connections.
Yeah. This has been such an eye-opening deep dive.
Me too.
It's made me appreciate kitchens so much more.
Yeah, it's not just a place where we cook.
It's a reflection of who we are, what we hold dear.
And through all these words, we've learned, we've seen all this history and culture and ingenuity.
Yeah, we have, in every little detail.
Yeah.
So tell me, what would your dream kitchen include?
My dream kitchen. Well, it would definitely have to be functional,
Yeah.
but also have a lot of personality.
Okay.
I would love a big spacious island
Yeah.
for gathering and prepping,
Uh-huh.
and a mix of, modern appliances, but also some vintage pieces.
Oh, cool.
Maybe like a cast iron skillet that was my grandmother's,
Yeah, that's so sick.
and lots of natural light.
A nice view.
Yeah, a kitchen that nourishes the body and the soul.
I love that. A blend of old and new, practical and personal, honoring tradition and innovation.
Yeah.
Well, that brings our deep dive into the world of kitchens to an end. We've explored so much.
We have.
The words, the history, the culture, the emotions.
It's been a delicious journey.
It really has. And remember, the kitchen is a place for exploration and creativity.
It is.
Don't be afraid to experiment.
Try new things.
Exactly. Maybe try a new utensil or explore a cuisine you've never cooked before. The possibilities are endless.
They are.
So thank you for joining us on this culinary adventure.
Yeah.
And happy cooking.
Happy cooking.